music. Okay, we got sound. We got sound now. Just want to double check the mics are good before we. Oh, hello. I think we're good.
Left side doesn't matter.
Nah. Test.
Yep. Testing, all good.
It's a mid-August night at East Doncaster Secondary College. It's Bulleen Boomers and Camberwell Dragons for the Youth League 1 Women Grand Final for 2023. Hello everyone, welcome along. It's Jack Thornton here with Jack Houle. A big game tonight, Jack. It's a big season so far for the Boomers. 19-3 on the regular season, gave them a second place finish. But you look now and they come up against a plucky Camberwell team. They've fought their way through the playoffs coming from the 5th seed. Yep. They knocked off the top undefeated Eltham Wildcats last week. And they come out here tonight away from home.
What a game that was.
It's a big matchup. You can't split these two teams on paper.
Not at all.
The number 5 and the number 6 offensive teams in the competition. The number 2 and the number 3 defensive teams in the competition. They've played each other twice this season for a 1-point win either way. And Jack, what do you think the keys to the games tonight are?
Well, for Bulleen, you just got to stop Caitlin. Honestly, she is one of the best players in this league, and you've got to have a great cohesion on defense. You've got to be talking consistently. It's all about, it's not a single person team, but she is the team. She very much leads this team. So if you can try and get her up and down, perfect. But for Camberwell, on the other hand, I reckon they're looking good. They've come out strong. They really won it. Bulleen had a week off, and Camberwell absolutely destroyed Eltham here. So, I mean, for Camberwell, they've got it all in their hands. They've all to play for them. And having Lee as the number 5 scorer, you got the number 5, number 10, number 32 in the league, you're looking really good on the offensive end. It's all about their defense. All got to communicate. It's going to be a great matchup here, Jack.
Great atmosphere in here, big crowd here down at the East Doncaster. Home game for Bulleen, but let's see what these two teams can put out here tonight. A run through your starters for Bulleen. You've got Felicity Worrell out there. She'll go with Talia Leeson, the league's leading scorer. Hannah Ronan Black, their captain, will line up with Alexia Kira Lindemans and Alexia Shirlambus in there at the point. And for Camberwell, you look on the other side, that Caitlin Wallace that you mentioned a moment ago, she'll be out there with Jacinta Lee, Catherine Soletto, Rachel Smith, and Tessa Rumble will be out there as well. It's a big matchup. We're so glad you're here with us. Big game, title on the line, promotion on the line.
Very much. See who can get that easier game at the start of February next year.
You look at these two teams as well, these two clubs. You've got Camberwell, one that's very much on the rise. They won that Youth League 2 women's title back in 2015. You know, they'll be hungry to add a second trophy to their cabinet.
Yes,
but you look at Bulleen, on the other hand, a storied franchise that's been around the traps forever. You're synonymous with basketball in Victoria. Haven't won a senior title in any league since 1999.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So a lot to play for. We're glad you're here with us. It's a tip-off here at East Doncaster. And we're underway.
Let's get going here.
Bulleen will control the tip through Lindemans, and we'll start. Bulleen in their home blues playing to the right of your screen. Camberwell in the away yellow playing to your left.
Nice little action here.
Dribble through the top. They'll look inside the paint. Met by a brick wall of that Camberwell defense. Lindemans, right wing
That's
three.
off.
Can't get it to go. Worrell the rebound.
Reset here.
Playing off a ball screen at the top.
Good take.
Nice little lay inside. Couldn't go. Rachel Smith cleans up the glass.
Here we go.
Number one in the rebound count over the regular season at 15.6 a game. Campbell will play now out of the right-hand post.
Good drive.
Drive inside, couldn't get it to go. Smith
good.
Another rebound.
Nice rebound.
And a held ball, but that ball will stay with Camberwell with 9 on the clock.
Bulleen's got to box out if they want it here. Can't be letting easy offensive rebounds.
Over the regular season, you mentioned that rebound count, Jack. It was a big strength of Camberwell's game in particular. Plus 18.1 on rebounds over the course of the year led them to be first place in the league as we get another tied ball down there. Bulleen will take it away this time.
They've, as you mentioned then, the rebound count. Camberwell have 3 of the top 10 rebounders in the league. So Bulleen really have to combat that. We go Rona Black, hand off to Lindemans. The on ball.
Inside, here's Worrell. Smith tries to gobble up another one, but stripped away.
Rebound.
That'll be Lindemans.
2 on the clock.
Cheryl Ambers downhill. A lot of contact. Ball will spill out of bounds. It'll stay with Bulleen, but 1 on the shot clock.
What can they do here?
It'll be a baseline ball, and it'll be Ronan Black to inbound, the captain for Bulleen.
Oh.
Deep inbound pass. They'll get a backcourt turnover.
It's not what you want for Bulleen. Not the way to start the game off.
It's a cagey start. You could probably go ahead and say, I think,
Yes.
2 teams playing for a championship, as we've mentioned a few times tonight so far.
Both teams won it. Down to the post.
Here's Smith. One bounce right, sat her down, gets her rebound. Up, couldn't get it to go. Smith again.
Good rebounds.
Still no good. It'll be a shot clock violation, a great hold defensively there by Bulleen.
It's a great defense at both ends by Bulleen and Camberwell.
Still feeling each other out here, both teams. Bulleen will take over here in the backcourt.
Almost 2 minutes and no score here, Jack. Wonder who's going to get it off.
Tough start so far, but they'll play out of it. Here come Bulleen once again. High post action, Leeson. Worrell, I beg your pardon. Downhill. Gets the foul.
It's a nice move there. I reckon that's the way Bulleen need to keep attacking that post. Get Smith into foul trouble early here.
That foul indeed will go on Smith. That's her first on the night. Worrell, a 71% free throw shooter on the year. She'll go to the line. Try and break the deadlock at just under 2 minutes gone. Can't connect on the first.
Bit of nerves kicking in here.
Can't get the second to go. Rebound will be Soletto, and they'll take it away the other way, Camberwell.
Oh, it was stripped. Leeson
Leeson to the hole, gets it to go.
Break the deadlock. Here we go.
That's somewhat patented full court pressure from
here we go.
Bulleen. Comes up with another steal, and Leeson gets another little lay.
2 easy buckets. Campbell have to break this nice and quick.
See what they can do against this pressure.
That's a nice cut.
Inside, Soletto.
Wow.
A lot of contact on the play there. It's Camberwell finding a way through that pressure, but getting to the basket.
That's all they got to do. Pass, cut straight back to the middle every single time.
Foul will go on Worrell. That'll be her first. So we see our first change of the night. Ronan Black will take a seat. Beg your pardon, Worrell will take a seat. Daniela Kujovic will come in for her first action of the night. 7:30 to go here in the first period of action. As Soletto connects on her first. 56% from the line. over the course of the regular season. Good on the second.
Nice two there. Here we go. Can Bulleen come back?
Now, Jack, you mentioned before the game you would have liked to see a bit of Kujovic involved early. What can we expect to see from her tonight?
A lot of high-post action, I believe. A lot of giving her the ball straight away. First kick entries. As you see a foul on Leeson there. Kuvic's going to play a big game here, especially on Smith. She's played at high levels as well, so you need to get her the ball early. She's going to get a lot of rebounds for you, but she's going to also be the main scorer.
Camberwell will take over here in the backcourt.
A lot of pressure here. Oh, turnover. It's good defense here from Bulleen. Can they make it work?
3 turnovers on this full court pressure from Bulleen, being able to force Camberwell into some bad decisions.
Nice
as Leeson gets
drive
her.
by Leeson.
5th and 6th on the night, 6 early points, and geez, if you're Camberwell, you've got warning signs lighting up everywhere on the dashboard right now.
Very much. Engine lights on here.
Corner 3 as Wallace connects.
For 3. That's going to sell some nerves.
Lindemans now working back through Ronan Black at the top. The captain for this Bulleen outfit.
She's played a huge role. Oh,
turnover there by Ronan Black,
nice
and it'll
steal.
go back again.
4-on-1.
His lead.
Good defense.
Bit of a push off. Gets away with one, and a rebound will go to Leeson.
Great defense there by Lindemans.
Spinning down the lane was Leeson and draws some contact there. It looks like that one will get pinned on Wallace.
Nice spin move there. But can we talk about that Lindemans defense there? She had a 4-on-1 and she forced a bad shot. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Bulleen.
It's been a great effort from Lindemans down on that defensive end. Generates a great offensive look. A change now for the Dragons as Knight comes in for her first minutes. And sees Rumble sit down. Leeson can't connect on her first.
63% from the line. Can she knock down one?
Can't get the second to go either. A nervy start for Bulleen from the foul line.
0 for 4.
Tipped out of bounds, and Campbell will take over. And once again, this full court pressure that Bulleen have generated 3 turnovers over the first 4 minutes of the game with.
Good pressure here. What can Campbell combat this with?
Here goes Lee.
Into the post with a mismatch.
Inside, corner kick again. Wallace, corner 3. Bit long on that one.
Transition.
Cheryl Lambus takes over with it. To the basket, little Euro layup. Couldn't go, a lot of contact. Great defense there from Knight.
Leeson nearly with the steal.
Wallace to the basket. Great inside lead pass.
Great pass.
A lot of contact once again, but pretty well. Straight up and down between the numbers.
Nice up and down. It's great movement here by Camberwell.
We'll stay with Campbell off that right baseline. They'll inbound through Smith. Loose handle on it, but Lee will try and see what she can get down the hill.
Here.
Here's Smith.
Straight in.
Smith, a lot of contact.
It's a very physical game here.
Foul will go on Kujovic. That's her first. 3rd team foul for Bulleen as Smith, a 63% shooter, will go to the line. Now, we spoke before about Lindemans on the defensive end, but Lindemans and Smith, both Lindemans and Rachel Smith from Camberwell found themselves in the unique position where they're up for a couple of awards, both Defensive Player of the Year and a nominee for the All-Star 5. Yeah. A great achievement just to be on that short list.
It's amazing for both of them. I mean, they've played terrific seasons, so both of them deserve what's ahead for them.
Leeson playing a bit of ISO at the top here, calls for a screen from Kujovic, denies it. Ooh, a little Euro step down the lane.
Nice move there.
Bit long. Wallace will take it away.
Great.
Here's Knight, couldn't get it. Smith, great rebound over the top of 3 in traffic.
Here we go. Campbell have had a lot of good cuts here, a lot of good looks. Just can't convert.
Still feeling each other out here with 4:50 left in the first quarter of action. Leeson wants a little ball screen again from Kujovic.
A lot of 2-man action here.
Kujovic the 3. Couldn't get it.
Good rebound.
Great, strong rebound inside Lindemans. Outside.
Cheryl
Down the lane. A lot of body. Couldn't get it though.
Nice steal.
Feed inside, no
Oh,
good.
defense.
But a bit of a shove in the back on the rebound from Ronan Black, and that'll be charged in her foul column.
Setting the tone here, both teams.
You still feel, Jack, that they're probably just feeling each other out a bit still.
Very much, yes.
Just gone halfway into this this first quarter.
Only 10 points scored by two of the best offensive teams here, but two of the best defensive teams as well. They've really got their matchups correct here. I feel Caitlin Bryan has done a great job, as well as Danny Fidge here.
Here's Lee down the lane.
Oh, good defense.
Great active hands inside. That was Cheryl Lambus. Couldn't get the steal herself, but poked it away to Lindemans, and they'll now take over.
She has really set this team alight here, Cheryl Lambus, this whole season. Great point guard for them.
Screen at the top. She'll have a look at a straightaway three. Bit long on that one. Rebound controlled. They'll take it away for Camberwell.
Here we go. Can Campbell get a conversion?
Looking inside.
Good
bit
defense.
Of a touchy pass.
Nice hands.
Down the lane.
Oh.
Great finish through traffic.
Wonderful finish.
Jade Knight with the left.
Tie ball game here, 6-6.
They'll tie it up.
Bulleen a bit
Bit
shaky
cagey
here.
at the top. They'll play through Leeson again. Leeson, straightaway three. Connect.
Bang! Nice shot. A lot of on-ball actions here from Bulleen.
And it's Leeson 9 leads Camberwell 6.
Yeah.
Inside, here's Smith.
Nice
Corner
find.
three, here's Wallace. Can't get it to go, but Smith cleans it up. Lee working, here's Wallace again. Calls for the screen from Smith across the middle.
Great defense here by Lindemans.
Looks inside, great active hands, Lindemann. Low shot clock situation for Camberwell. Through traffic, can't get it. Ball will spill out of bounds, but it'll be a shot clock violation regardless.
Bulleen ball.
Both teams looking to make some changes now. Mackenzie, she'll check in for Hannah Ronan Black. And for Camberwell, Jacinta Lee. And Catherine Soletto will take a seat for Riley Killian.
And Megan Walsh also comes on here.
And Walsh will guard Mackenzie, the two that have just checked in now. Lindemans to the
by
basket,
Lindemans.
throws it up a bit long. Ball will come off a Camberwell hand and spill out of bounds. There'll be 10 on the shot clock for Bulleen. Inbounding on the left lane line.
What can they produce here, Bulleen? They want to feel safe here going into the break. You're going to have to get a nice score.
Cheryl Ambus with 7 on the clock to Lindemans. Lindemans driving left.
Nice
Little
move.
tries to go righty on the wrong side, couldn't get it to go. Bulleen will extend some pressure against Camberwell, but they're out the
Campbell
back
have got
here.
numbers.
Oh,
Ooh,
Kujovic.
that's it.
Kujovic sent it back and sent no, but the ref said yes.
Moved her hips there a little bit.
Kujovic will pick up her second, and Bulleen want to talk it over. They'll take a timeout up 3. 2 minutes 26 left here in the first quarter of play. A cagey start so far, Jack Houle, but
Very much.
who do you think's come out on top so far in this first 7.5 minutes of play?
Right here, I know the scoreboard says Bulleen are up 9-6, but Campbell looking astonishing right now. They're breaking this press early, and Bulleen is sort of a bit shaky right now. If Campbell really want to add scoreboard pressure, they really have to just keep pushing it. They can't settle. As soon as the ball goes through the net, grab it out, quick inbound, or rebounds, push the ball straight away.
And what answer do you think that Campbell will be talking about with Coach Danny Fidge down there in their timeout about how they get on top of Talia Leeson, who's had such a hot start, 9 of the 9 points on the board so far for Bulleen?
Oh, look, I feel like you've got to full court, the full 92 feet. You've got to just Caitlin Wallace, just put her on Talia and just the whole court, just harass her, because you never know. People are nervous, you don't know how they're going to react, but as long as she doesn't get the ball, I mean, for Campbell, you're going to look great. But Bulleen, you've got to keep going through Leeson, but Campbell are definitely, Danny Fitch is going to say, just don't let Talia get the ball whatsoever.
A quick around the grounds to Brisbane Stadium, where the Matildas are currently locked at 0-0 at halftime of extra time.
Oh,
Sam Kerr in the game early.
can our Matildas bring it home? We've been dominating all that game.
A big 15 minutes of play up there. But we're glad you're here with us.
Yes.
We'll keep you on top of it around the grounds.
Glad you're shooting in here.
Can't get the first to go.
Megan Walsh.
Walsh, a 76% shooter. Can't get the second to go either. Kujovic will control it. Bulleen will take it away.
Here we go, Lexi Sharon-Boas to bring it down. Leading this team as she has done the whole year.
Off-ball action. They want to get Kujovic up the top. Bit of a botched handoff. 10 seconds on the shot. Cheryl Ambus working on Caitlin Wallace, but move the pivot foot and she'll turn it over there. It'll be a Camberwell ball off the base.
Bulleen have set out, no more press.
Here's Killian. Backdoor
Nice
cut was
back
Wallace. Great
cut.
feed. Couldn't get the lay to go.
Nerves have to have a play here.
A lot of hand pressure there as they came down with the rebound. Mackenzie straight away triple. Can't get it to go. A lot of hand contact on the rebound. It'll trickle out of bounds to be a Camberwell ball. Last touch by Kujovic.
Both teams being very physical here. No one's finding a way to score or get easy rebounds.
Camberwell playing now out of a ball screen on the left side. Here's Knight. Little right-hand floater.
Move.
Almost looked like an alley-oop pass. Oh, Wallace, beg your pardon, Smith came down with the blocked shot. Tried to power up through traffic, drew the foul by Kujovic. That's her third personal with a minute and a half here in the first quarter, and she'll take a seat.
Bulleen are going to be a little bit shaky, having Kujovic in early foul trouble.
Felicity Worrell will come back into the game. 9-6 with a minute and a half to go in the first. As Smith can't connect on her first. She's a 63% shooter from the line.
Both teams
struggling there so far tonight.
Yeah, both teams aren't able to convert on many free throws.
Can't get her second.
Rebound, Worrell.
A lot of pressure from both sets of fans in the building tonight too.
Yes, Camberwell have not come without a single person. I believe every single person in that club is here.
Drive over the top, deflected pass, but it'll be Leeson that came down with it. Step back three. Couldn't get it. Smith, great rebound. With a lot of pressure from Lindemans.
Geez, Lindemans has been good on the boards here.
A lot of body contact through traffic.
Pull-up jumper.
Great little finish from the left elbow. Jade Knight gets her first for the night. Cuts the lead to one, just under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
If you're Bulleen here, I feel you've got to go away from Leeson for this last minute. Try and give someone else a bit of a run.
And they'll do just that. Here's Mackenzie working back to Leeson now. Downhill, 4 on the clock. Little floater, way short. Smith controls it. Camberwell have a bit of an opportunity to go 2 for 1 here.
Shaky pass. Leeson with the steal.
Leeson with the active hands turns it over. 4.3 steals for her a game over the course of the season.
Wow. Mackenzie.
Deep three, Mackenzie couldn't get it. Worrell uncontested on the boards. Cheryl Ambus inside. Lindemans couldn't get it. 7 seconds on the clock. They've got to go, Camberwell.
Go quick.
4-3. Here's Killian. Long range three. Ooh, just misses right. And we'll head to the first change. Bulleen 9, Camberwell 8. A shaky start over the first 10 minutes of play, Jackal.
What a first quarter we have here. Both teams going at it. Feels like there's tinfoil on the ring. Neither team can break it. Only 17 points here scored in the first quarter. Feel like both teams get about 20 a quarter.
The difference so far, you'd have to argue, I don't think there's any question amongst the people in the stands tonight. The difference so far for Bulleen has been Talia Leeson, the 16-year-old young gun. She's been a star all season, averaging 20.4 and leading the league.
Yes.
But you just have to think that she's been the absolute reason that they're in front tonight so far.
Very much. Well, she does have 9 of the 9 points, and she's played a huge part. I feel like she's got to have at least 2 or 3 steals already, averaging 4. She's played a huge part. That early press, she active hands, great defensively, and just turns over straight offensively there.
You'd have to say that press that Bulleen have been throwing out there after a score so far tonight certainly speaks to why Caitlin Bryan has earned a Coach of the Year nomination for her work over the course of the season.
Yeah, she has really taken this team from a bit of a couple close games at the start of the season, but a very, very young team, and she's brought them together very well here for the final, and she definitely deserves that Coach of the Year nomination.
So like we mentioned before, it's Leeson leading all comers with 9 on the score sheet, but for Camberwell, it's been Jade Knight coming off the bench with an impactful 6.5 minutes for her 4 points, leading the way for the Dragons.
Very much. As we look here, Bulleen 0 for 4 from free throw, but you could argue worse, Camberwell 2 for 8. That's 25% on the night. Neither team being able to make a free throw. As Bulleen is 1 for 8 from 3, and Camberwell only shooting the 1, and that was a miss.
Hopefully some of those first quarter nerves are out in front of this big crowd here. We're so glad you're with us. It's Jack Thornton and Jack Houle speaking to you from East Doncaster Secondary College Youth League 1 Women's Final. It's Bulleen, it's Camberwell. Camberwell continuing in their yellows to the left and Bulleen in their blues to the right.
Very good game here so far.
A deflection off that inbound pass there at the start of the quarter, and another one
good
right
hands.
Again. Right again there.
That's Taylor Galuccio. She's played a great part this year, coming off the bench for Alexia about the whole year. Really been a spark plug for this Bulleen team.
So we look at those lineups out there at the moment. You've got Mackenzie out there with Worrell, Leeson, Lindemans, and
Galuccio. Oh, Leeson, what a move.
Leeson once again causing issues.
That's 11 of the 11 for Bulleen there by Leeson.
For Camberwell, Caitlin Wallace has taken a seat, so you look at that lineup they've got out there. It's Killian. She's out there with Walsh, with Lee.
Nice move, rebound.
Knight, and the yellow on white is really playing havoc with my eyes at the moment. I think that's number 9, Catherine Soletto. I couldn't quite make out from distance there. Yes. Deflection off the hand of Jade Knight, and it'll stay with Bulleen.
You are correct there. This lighting here in that yellow on white plays a part. What can Bulleen produce here?
They'll work this the whole way around the court. Here's Mackenzie, 10 on the shot. They'll work through Leeson now. Leeson with her 11 so far, 5 on the shot clock.
Pulls up.
Right seam 3 was long, missed a lot. That'll fall out of bounds, and it'll be a Camberwell ball.
You can hear the Camberwell crowd really not being quiet at all here. Missed shots, rebounds for them, everything. Have to play a factor here. Good hands.
Here's Lee. Lee working inside.
Great defense by
Lindemans.
Lindemans.
Deflected away by Lindemans. Got a piece of that shot. And a great defensive play.
Great defense there.
Down the lane there. Jade Knight able to step in front and take the charge.
She has really played a great part here off the bench for this Camberwell team. Looks struggling out there a little bit, but Jade Knight has really come across well.
Provided a great spark so far for them in her 8 and a bit minutes so far. Camberwell working really hard. A lot of pressure from Leeson on the ball. Here goes Walsh.
If you're Bulleen here, Caitlin Wallace on the bench, you've almost got to rest either Leeson or Lindemans here.
Couldn't get that to go for Camberwell, and they'll move the other way here.
Galuccio on the drive.
Down the hill, Galuccio couldn't get it. Leeson, great effort to come up with that loose ball.
More on-ball action here.
Galuccio again. Kicks out, here's Mackenzie.
5 on the clock.
Draws a lot of contact, but gets inside. Couldn't get the layup to go. Bounces off her own hand, and it'll fall out of bounds. Camberwell ball.
Bulleen having an on-ball action here every single possession, it seems like.
Quick change for Camberwell here. Wallace will check back in alongside Tessa Rumble, the 2 starters coming back into the game. Megan Walsh and Jade Knight will take a seat.
Great pressure here by Mackenzie. As I feel Mackenzie and Jade Knight have been 2 of the most impactful players right now, as for either team, providing a great spark off the bench.
Lee step back just inside the paint, couldn't get it to go.
Rebound Mackenzie.
Bulleen will take it away once again.
More on balls here.
They'll play that action through Galucho. She's had a lot of touches early. Great effort by Wallace to get a piece of that one and just parry it out of bounds.
Wallace has played great defense here so far tonight, as she has the whole year.
From the baseline, it'll be Bulleen working in through Lindemans. Lindemans through the middle, got away with a little hook under there. Couldn't get it to work though. And the rebound will get taken away there by Soletto.
Pushing the ball early, as they should.
Wallace, some tempo, tries to beat that pressure up the floor. Reversal through Killian. Bit long on the three-point attempt. And the rebound will go the way of Galucho.
What can Bulleen produce here? So far, only the 2 points scored this quarter.
Backdoor cut, Lindemans
Nice
inside,
cut.
kick out, Leeson, right wing three. Connects.
Nice shot there by Leeson, having all 14 of the points here early.
14 early points for Leeson.
A lot of hands there by Galucho, showing that she's going to be up and in on Kirsty the whole game.
Substitution sees Killian come out of the game and Rachel Smith joins once again. It'll be a Camberwell ball with 18 on the shot clock in the front court.
Riley Killian has played a great game here, showing a lot of rebounds early.
Wallace deep in the corner, rejects the ball screen, throws the ball off the bottom of the backboard, but it's okay.
Good rotation.
Wallace gets it back again, 7 on the clock. Rejects the screen again to the
Nice
basket,
with one
couldn't get
hand.
it to work, but draws the foul.
Nice move there by Wallace.
Foul will go on Leeson, but Wallace will go to the line. Her first trip to the line tonight. She's a 63% shooter on the year. Noisy Bulleen crowd. It's a full house in here at East Doncaster. We're glad you're here with us. Wallace makes her first.
Packed to the roof it is, Jack.
Connects on two. Slices that lead back down to 4 as Bulleen will make a change. It'll be Galucho will check out and Cheryl Ambers will come into the game, I beg your pardon.
Galucho playing a solid 3.5 minutes there.
I think the big question here for both teams is how can your bench players contribute over the course of a game? Obviously we're seeing such a big impact for Leeson over the course of the first quarter and 4 minutes, give or take.
Nice move.
Oh, great defense. Smith sends it back with interest.
Great move by Cheryl Ambers to get to the ring, but met at the ring by Rachel Smith.
Around the grounds, it's looking
Quick
like
inbound, 1 second.
Steal here, Wallace to the rim. No good on the lay. Rebound, Leeson. It's a 1-on-4 situation. She'll have to slow it down and have a look and see what she can find.
Cheryl Ambers for 3.
Corner
That's
3,
off.
couldn't get it. Smallest girl on
Own
the
rebound.
floor managed to get her own rebound on that one.
If you're Camberwell, cannot let that happen.
Lindemans working. Cheryl Ambers again. Cuts back to her
Nice
right
move.
hand. Through traffic. It'll be a held ball. And it'll go the way of Camberwell.
Very argy-bargy here in the second quarter, as it was in the first.
Very physical through traffic there and just met by a wall of yellow shirts.
Able to break her first defender, but as you said, met.
Lee working ISO against McKenzie on her left hand.
Wallace for 3.
Corner 3,
Bang!
Wallace. Connects again.
This crowd is very loud here.
Cuts the lead to 1 again.
How can Bulleen answer?
Cheryl Ambers at the top. She'll get a ball screen from Worrell.
The twist here.
Working in traffic. Tried to give it off to
Awkward.
Leeson, who somehow got a shot away through 4 sets of hands.
Bulleen is forcing it here.
But a bit long, and that'll be Smith collecting yet another rebound. It's a deep 3 from Lee. Couldn't get it to go, but a rebound will go the way of Catherine Soletto, and she'll draw a foul on the arm.
A lot of hands there.
Foul will go against Jasmine McKenzie. That's her first of the night. 4th team foul, importantly, for Bulleen.
Yes.
Camberwell, you would think, would have to start trying to attack that body as Ronan Black checks back into the game for McKenzie.
Campbell really has to keep attacking this basket. He gets some early fouls. As they're already on, Bulleen already on 14.
Here's Smith working one-on-one. Lee now gets a screen at the top from Rumble.
Nice
Lee,
defense
and it
there.
bounced off a foot and it'll go the way of Bulleen.
Great defense there by Sharon Bolus. She is playing amazing defense here.
Quick around the grounds, and the Matildas look like they're going a penalty shootout up there in Brisbane. I'll try not to do a Kevin Harlan and call both games here, but
can he do both? Not sure.
I don't think I've got it in the. I don't think I've quite got it in the locker, but we'll see what we can do. Worrell now, Ronan Black, Cheryl Ambus. Here's Leeson. She's got 14 so far. Wants to make it 17 with a deep three. Couldn't get it to go. Smith should just rename her Windex at this point. She's just collecting everything out there on the glass.
So like every single rebound has got to be her, as she had 8 in the first. Has to have at least 13 here, I'd say.
Ball trickles out of bounds. It'll be a Bulleen ball off the bad pass there from Camberwell.
Someone's got to score here. To be able to try and get a comfortable lead, both teams got to try and provide something in the offensive end.
Ambus with no pressure tried to throw that to anyone that had taken it off her at that point in time. Here goes Lindemans working. Worrell in traffic.
Footwork.
No good. Lindemans. Well, looked like she had the poor positioning there, and it looked like Soletto was going to take a comfortable one away, but it was actually off a hand of Lindemans, and Campbell want to have a chat about it.
Not happy, apparently, but I feel like for both teams here, they can be content with how they're playing. You just can't convert on either end.
3 minutes 49 here left in the first half at East Doncaster Secondary. We're glad you're here with us for this Youth League 1 Women Final. Bulleen currently leading a low-scoring affair, 14-13.
Very low scoring here, as both teams are great on the defensive end. As Bulleen, the number 2, holding each team to 54.3 points per game, and Campbell holding each team to 56. So very low scoring here, 14-13. But I feel like one team's going to come out here and get a couple quick buckets like Bulleen did in the first quarter after that press. We've almost got to ask ourselves, Jack, will Bulleen come out with that press, with that little 2-2-1?
You'd think it's something that's worked so well for them tonight. You know, they forced 4 turnovers in that first half. That first quarter, I beg your pardon, just purely off active hands and being up the floor and forcing bad decisions. And it'll be interesting to see what they can do here as they come back out after this quick timeout.
Yes. And if you're Bulleen, it'd be so handy to have Mason Gaze there sitting on the bench. Coach of the champ women, led that team. He's been NBL 1 coach, WNBL assistant coach. He's very young as well. So if you're Caitlin Bryan, you are sitting in a great spot here.
A lot of experience out there at the minute on that Bulleen coaching panel. You know, they've produced a lot of great coaches over the years. You look at some of the great names that have come through here as a coach.
Very much.
Ooh, ball will bounce off the Camberwell foot there, and it'll be a Bulleen ball. 3 minutes 30 to go here in the second quarter. Bulleen will take over.
Got to be scores for about 3 minutes here.
Ronan Black now.
They're trying to look for Leeson in the post.
Cheryl Ambus will work. Off
Good
Wallace,
move.
little finish, couldn't go. Smith once again gobbles that one up.
A lot of pressure here by Bulleen.
As you mentioned, Jack, that extended press just up the floor on that rebound. Ooh, Lee wanted to have a look at a 3, but got closed down quickly by Worrell.
In the post.
Smith in the post. Feed to Lee. Couldn't get it to go off the front iron. Wallace to try and connect on another 3. Gets it to go.
That's going to settle some nerves here for Camberwell, as this crowd is very loud. Campbell in the lead for the first time tonight.
Cheryl Ambus, their first need tonight, as you mentioned, for Camberwell. Leeson again. What's her answer?
Nice move.
Lovely. Spinning and winning across the middle.
What can you do about that? Not much.
That's so tough to guard.
Great
as Lee
move.
goes down the other end and
Quick
takes
answer.
back that lead that they just lost. 18-16 here at Camberwell ball game. Lindemans working. Right hand pound dribble through the middle. Cheryl Anderson-Worrell,
Settles
she
for the
steps
three.
back, releases a three, can't get it to work.
Rebound falls out to Leeson.
Ball is spilling. Smith will come away with the steal as Wallace pushes the floor.
Great defense there by
Outstanding
Sharon
defense.
Bellis. Wow.
They're able to come up with it here, Bulleen. 1 minute and 45 seconds there or thereabouts here left in the first half of play.
Ooh,
Backdoor
nice
cut,
back
Leeson.
cut. Oh, met by
a wall,
brick
Killian.
wall.
And a wasteful turnover pass there for Camberwell.
If you're Bulleen, you've got to try and get someone else a quick score. Leeson can't be having all 16 points here in the first half.
I think both coaches, both Fidge and Brian, will be looking at that clock and just willing that halftime siren to come as Lee extends the lead for 4.
Yes. Great here by Campbell. They have to keep pushing the tempo here. Seems that they've got every single bit of control here.
Cheryl Ambus working in the paint. Campbell crowd starting to get up and about as they'll turn it over with a bad pass.
Bulleen got to settle here, a lot of
Lee,
nerves.
Now here's Wallace. Just under 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Here goes Killian. Working sort of to nowhere, but somehow gets her way through. Tries to grab her and rebound, but couldn't get it.
Bit of a slow game here, people
Stings
standing around.
Really sort of gone out of it in the crowd in that last sort of 7 to 8 seconds of play, but Leeson wants an ISO at the top with 30 on the clock. Inside over the top, couldn't
Talia
get it. Wallace
and
will take
Kira
away.
here looking very tired. John Kalen, you have to give them a rest. This must.
Here's that full court pressure you talked about again, Jack.
Oh, what a steal.
Rumble turns it over.
Here we go, 10 seconds.
Ronan Black to the basket. Gets drilled on the shot. Leeson seems to go down behind play as well, but it'll be Ronan Black that's going to go to the stripe to shoot a pair.
Seems you got hit bit
Ronan,
hard there.
Ronan Black slow to get up. Kerno's going to check in for her first minutes of the game. She's going to give Talia Leeson, who's done it all so far for Bulleen.
16 of the 16 points, playing 19 minutes and 51 seconds.
It's a pretty good first half resume, if we're being honest.
Yes. I would love that myself here. Ronan Black connecting.
Ronan Black connects on her first, 66% on the season for her. Just under 10 seconds left here in the first half. Gets her second to go.
10 seconds on the clock. You got to be quick here.
Got to push now, Camberwell.
Got to get a nice shot.
Here's Wallace. Wallace has hit 3 threes tonight so
Good
far.
move. Tip.
Inside off hands. Lee,
Open.
3. Beats the clock, but can't get it to go.
Not a bad look there for Campbell. Can't be mad at that.
A big half of basketball leads to a Camberwell 2-point lead. It's Bulleen 18 playing Camberwell 20 here at East Doncaster Youth
What
League
a
1 Women
half.
Final. We'll be back with you after this short break for halftime.
As teams go to the rooms.
One. Work it out. Him? I can't wait to hear the replay time when you get home. Penalty shootout. I'm nervous. They're calm. Can you believe it? One player scores 18 points out of 16 out of 18. Pretty high. She's the target we're going to take on. Then you get 14 shots. Sorry? 14 shots. Don't go by the fouls on the Bulleen roll. Camberwell's missing one Bulleen.
Hello to anyone that's still with us at half-time. It's the penalty shootout from Brisbane Stadium.
A lot of nerves here in this stadium and over there in Brisbane.
France stepping up for their first. Tension building.
Can she slot it away?
Goes bottom left, but it's saved.
Save.
Mackenzie Arnold,
Oh, wow.
if you don't mind. Advantage Matildas.
Hi. Aren't you supposed to have your leg up?
I'm right.
How is it?
That's all right. It's swollen.
How are you, Zach?
Well, yeah. We're back with 50 seconds left of the halftime break. But as we glance down, I think every eyeball in the room is in Brisbane. But we'll try to do our best to keep you with us here in East Doncaster. It's 20-18 at halftime, a Camberwell 2-point lead.
Leeson
Jack, what do you take away from the first halves?
Well, for Bulleen, Leeson having 16 of the 18 points and only Ronan Black getting the last two in that last minute there, you've got to try and advert to someone else. You've got Lindeman's a great scorer. You don't have a Cott because going back to America, but you've got to try and involve everyone else. So for Bulleen, you really have to try and keep the up-tempo. I reckon bring out that press again. Try and get everyone else. Move the ball. Try and get more back cuts on everyone else because Campbell's defense is they flock to everyone. It's like Sharon Bollis drives and there's three people right there at her. So everyone else got to try and read the room, try and get some cuts here. Whereas Camberwell, they're looking great. Smith's doing a great job on the offensive rebounds and the defensive rebounds. Lee's doing great, amazing. She's setting the tempo for when Wallace doesn't need the ball. Wallace is outstanding herself. So these two teams are looking great here, but if you're Campbell here, you left the half with the tempo, you're going to bring it back, all right? So here we go. Bulleen really have to come out here, be out strong, show some physicality, going down the home end as well.
We'll be back to starters for both teams here. It'll be Camberwell rolling out in their regular starting five of Wallace, Lee, Soletto, Smith and Rumble. Whereas for the Boomers, it'll be also their starting lineup from the start of the night. It'll be Worrell, Leeson, Ronan Black, Cheryl Ambus and Lindemans.
Here we
We're
go.
underway again. Second half, 2-point game here at East Donny. It's a Camberwell 2-point lead here as we kick it off for the second half of action. They'll work Ronan Black. Ronan Black looking downhill, tries to go inside, off hands, 4 on the clock. Long 2, couldn't get it to work though. Ball off a hand as I look up to Brisbane, and it's a save by Mackenzie Arnold.
Oh, yes.
Advantage Australia.
Back at it. Can the Matildas bring it home?
One eye on the court and one eye on the phone.
What can't this man do?
Both games.
What can't this man do?
Camberwell will work now. It'll be Lee. Lee downhill to her right.
Good defensive by Bulleen. Lindemans outstanding.
Tough for Soletto off the back foot to try and make that pass, but it'll go off a hand and Bulleen will take it away. Mackenzie Arnold steps up to the spotters.
Oh,
Lindemans just goes inside and finishes it off.
Great cut there. Bulleen, someone else scoring. A lot of hands pressure. Can't pull himself out of it.
2-point attempt there for Soletto. Couldn't go. Wallace tried to hustle after it, but it'll get slapped out of bounds and it'll be a Bulleen ball. It's 20 apiece here. About 2 minutes gone, or a minute and 10 gone in the third quarter.
As we see a quick substitution here, Riley Killian coming back on. Catherine Soletto taking a seat.
Up in Brisbane, Mackenzie Arnold just put a rocket into the right upright. Remains 3-3 on serve. Cheryl Ambus here working with Lindemans. Wants Leeson to cut off the top.
Leeson being denied.
Trying to post up inside, couldn't get it. Oh, Cheryl Ambus heard footsteps and couldn't get the pass away. But she'll try and drive now on Lee. Little reverse layup, couldn't get it to go, left it short.
Nice reverse there though.
Campbell will take away now. Wallace, a very loose pass.
Bit scared here. Both teams, bit of nerves.
Here goes Rumble down the lane. Couldn't get the 2 to go. She'll fight after it. Lindemans will grab the ball and with a strong rip through, get through the traffic. Kick out Cheryl Ambus. Couldn't get a shot away. She'll look to move the ball on.
Lindemans on the drive. Ronan Black here.
Ronan Black now working with the ball screen from Worrell. Ronan Black,
nice
step back
move.
2. Bit short. Off a Camberwell hand of Wallace, and it'll be a Bulleen ball from the baseline.
It's a nice little step back there. If Charlotte Lambius really wants to take part in this game, she needs to stop. I feel she needs to stop just taking those shot fakes. She's had a lot of open threes here.
4 on the shot clock. What can Leeson get off? a weak-looking shot that hits the side of the backboard, falling away. And there'll be a shot clock turnover generated by the Dragons.
A lot of shot clock violations here. Both teams playing astonishing defense, forcing late inbounds into very tough shots. Bulleen back with the press.
Here goes Lee. Right side pull-up jump shot. Beg your pardon, left side pull-up jumper couldn't go. They'll look up to Brisbane, one eye on the soccer right now. It's 4-3, a France lead. Lindeman's down the lane. Gets it to go.
Nice move.
And on the topic of getting it to go, through traffic, it's Gorry. Strong save by France's keeper, but sneaks in over the line. It's 4-4.
Nice move by Lindemans there. Having both scores for Bulleen this half.
Lindemans tried to get it to go, and one from the line, couldn't make it.
The pots
Camberwell
and
will
pans
take
are
it
out
away.
here. Campbell have brought some kitchen utensils.
Here's Wallace now. Working with Rumble. Kick out 3. Here's Lee. Short off the front of the rim. It was a rebound by Cheryl Ambus, but it was deflected off a hand, and it'll be a tied ball underneath. Camberwell will retain. Camberwell will inbound with 14 on the shot clock. 7:05 to go here in the third quarter of play. An inbound to Smith. Tries to go reverse. Kicked out instead. Rumble down
Good
inside.
move.
Couldn't get it to go.
Neither
Off the hand,
team
Ronan
able
Black
to
will come up with it.
finish.
Lindemans. Leeson. Working onto her left and back onto her right.
Wow.
Jump hook couldn't go.
A little bit of a nice move there.
Bit of extra pressure coming now up the floor from Bulleen. A bit more match-up pressure rather than the zone press that we've seen so far tonight.
Yes.
Wallace.
Bang!
4th 3 of the night, gets it to go.
Wallace on fire here from 3.
I stand corrected. I think that's actually her 3rd 3 of the night, but we'll carry on. Cheryl Ambus
3.
working out of the right corner. Penetrating, step back. Here's Worrell to the basket. Tried it, couldn't. Lindemans now over Smith's high hand.
Nice move.
Soft touch, gets it to go.
Nice finish there by Lindemans.
A kick-up pass down the floor from Wallace finds Lee, who gets the 2 to go.
Bulleen playing very soft defense here. You cannot allow that here in a grand final.
They're trading haymakers here, finally,
Oh, it's Leeson.
after a low-scoring first half.
Yes.
Neither team able to seize an advantage as we tie at 24. Feed inside Smith. A lot of hand contact from Leeson, who, beg your pardon, Worrell, who came up shaking a hand.
Last little outlet.
Gonna get one on the outlet here. Great defense, Lee. Cheryl Ambus inside. Can't get the layup to go, but great pressure on the glass there. And an offensive foul will go against.
Oh, wow.
That'll be Rumble.
Nice pressure there by Cheryl Ambus.
So it was Cheryl Ambus who missed the lay, which got collected by Tessa Rumble inside. And then she gave way on offensive, and she'll take a seat with Rachel Smith. And checking back in will be Jade Knight. And
Catherine Soletto, I believe.
yes, that is Soletto that's come back into the game.
Having
Bulleen on a short
break
shot
there.
clock now, 10 seconds on it.
What can they provide here? Need a basket.
Ronan Black, Cheryl Ambus a 3. Can't get it to go. Big time rebound there. That was Knight that was able to come up with it.
If you're Bulleen, you can't be mad at that shot. That's a nice look there.
Both teams are able to generate some really great clean looks over the first half of the game. A lot of contact on the body there for Lee. They'll look high post. Killian,
post.
left hand. Can't get it. Lindemans controls.
If you're Bulleen here, Talia and Kira are looking very tired.
A right side 3 couldn't go, and Camberwell will control it up in Brisbane. Mackenzie Arnold's just saved her 3rd penalty. It's 6-6, but I think VAR are going to have a look at this one. Killian almost travelled as she tried to throw the ball away. And indeed she did. It'll turn over and it'll be a Bulleen ball here, and they'll slow it down, try and get some ball screen action. VAR confirming a retake for France. Leeson's three.
Three just off, rattles
In and
out.
out. Couldn't go. And it'll be a Camberwell ball. Ronan Black will go and take a seat, as will Felicity Worrell. And checking into the game will be Jazz McKenzie and Daniela Kujovic coming back in with her 3 fouls.
Sloppy
Campbell will
pass
turn
there.
it straight over to McKenzie, who just checked in the game.
I believe that's Wallace's 3rd or 4th turnover here. Can't be allowing those easy steals here.
Ball falls out of bounds, but it'll stay a Bulleen ball on that baseline as France step up for the retake and penalty. Cheryl Ambus working to Lindemans. Lindemans had a great steal inside from Leeson. They didn't want it. They looked her off.
Good move.
Cheryl Ambus with 6. Floater down the lane. Bit heavy. Great rebound by Wallace. Knight tried to get downhill to the basket, but it came off a foot and it fell out of bounds.
Nice defense there by Jasmine McKenzie. She's played great here.
And another great save by Mackenzie Arnold. She saved her 4th penalty this time it counts. Here's Jacinta Lee at the top. Works with Knight. Knight, a corner 3. Can't get it to go.
Good rebound by Kujovic.
They've made a great adjustment, Bulleen, so far, keeping Smith off the glass here in this 3rd quarter.
If you're Campbell, you've almost got to attack Kujovic no matter what. She's on 3 early.
Straight away 3, Kujovic. Way off. Bulleen, beg your pardon, Camberwell on a 3-on-2 break. Inside. Stiletto couldn't get it to go.
Some nice defense there by Bulleen. Good tracking back.
And they'll make a change now, Camberwell. It'll be Walsh checking into the game, and she'll take the spot of Caitlin Wallace, who's been excellent so far tonight for Camberwell with her shooting.
Phenomenal. She's only missed a handful of shots.
They'll inbound through Smith. Smith, right hand over the front, gets it to go, breaks the deadlock.
Nice finish.
First score in a long time.
As Campbell retake the lead.
The subsequent Matilda penalty was saved by France. Still 6-6. Leeson working, 10 on the clock. Cheryl Ambus here. Tries to work.
Oh, great,
great
move. Had her defender on skates.
Thank you, may I have this dance.
Oh, and
Camberwell thrown
sloppy
away.
from Camberwell. Bulleen here.
Sloppy play on both ends right now for both teams. As France missed the penalty and Australia have a shot to send it to a semi-final.
Cheryl Ambus with the moves.
Cheryl Ambus has really come alive here in the 3rd. She works to McKenzie. Pushes off Lee and gets a little
Nice
two
move by McKenzie.
from 9 feet to go. As Camberwell just lob it away. Here's
Poor
Australia
turnovers.
for a spot in the semi-finals.
Can
As
we
Camberwell
get
make
through?
a change and Wallace comes back in. So too to Killian and Tessa Rumble again. And Australia is through! Slotted bottom right.
Through to the semis.
And Australia are going to go to Sydney on Wednesday night for a spot in the World Cup final.
Go, Utilities.
And Camberwell respond. something about wearing the gold tonight. Here's the triple.
Ooh.
Can't get it to work though. Killian will try and get back on track here. Australia going to their first World Cup semi in the women's side,
Oh.
or in any World Cup for that matter.
Tough shot there.
Ball will come off a hand and it'll stay with Camberwell.
This crowd is buzzing here, not only for this grand final, but for the Matildas.
And there's been a real spark in the crowd in the last minute. Leeson, who's been so good tonight for Bulleen, is going to take a quick seat.
Take a first break of the game. And if you're Caitlin Bryan, you'd probably let her sit for the rest of this quarter. Only a minute and a half left.
Mia Tamburini will come in for her first minutes of the night. And Bulleen will force a turnover off that inbound pass. Cheryl Ambers slows it down. They'll want to work off the top here. Tamburini gets her first touch. They'll look for a ball screen at the top.
Settles for
A
three.
long three was way long. Far
There's
too strong as it trickles out of bounds. Bulleen hold this slender 2-point advantage with a minute left in the third.
Very low scoring game today, 28-26. Bulleen coming out with the press.
See what Camberwell can do against this now.
Nice fake pass.
Smith's working. They'll play through Killian at the top. They try to go handoff with Lee, who just checked back in the game. Here's Wallace, another three. Can't connect on that one, but Smith, a big-time rebound inside. Tried a lefty finish, couldn't get it. Got her own rebound and then missed. Now break through the traffic there.
4 on
Lindemans.
3.
A straightaway three, Mackenzie. Back iron. But pressure on the rebound there of Killian. See what they can do to get through this pressure here. 3 on 2 down the court. Now 2 on 1. Inside Smith. Looked like she stepped out of bounds, but the ref said no. Here's Killian. Oh, Wallace, great
what a
move.
move.
Way too long. Smith.
Oh,
Beg your pardon,
no.
Killian
Oh,
rebound.
Bulleen.
Also missed it, unfortunately, for her.
2.
2 seconds, 1. Got to get it up. The heave will fall short. And through 3 frames here at East Doncaster, Bulleen hold on to slender advantage. 28-26. A defensive slog of the grand final. Jack Houle, what are the keys here? They've been through 3. There's 1 quarter left in the game. What changes need to be made? Where do you think this game is won and lost for both sides?
Well, for both teams, as the buzzer went, both teams there hanging on to every last breath. Both teams very, very tired here as Leeson took her minute and a half rest. Lindemans has not come off, but both teams very tired, whereas Camberwell really need to just push on. They've come off here. They look very, very puzzled, but they're not in bad hands here. They just need to get 1 or 2 scores, which is very hard this game. Very tough defense by Bulleen, but they should have puzzled through, just get through, attack Kujovic, get her out early. She's going to be a big target here as Bulleen will go through her. As for Bulleen, they really need to start going through their bigs a little bit more, get a bit more cuts here, and they'll get some nice, easy layups.
Think about the way Bulleen have had their scores over the course of the season. They're a big, strong inside team. They don't shoot the ball at a great clip from outside. They were 9th in the league over the course of the season, only a 22% three-point shooting team, and that sort of speaks volumes to tonight. They're shooting a meager 2 of 18 from the three-point land for a very, very small 11%.
Yeah. Settling a lot here, Bulleen, for threes, as they have done all season, but you do not see 2 of 18. I guess shooters got to shoot. As the good old Mike Breen says, shooters do not stop.
A check at the leaders for the night. It's Leeson that's fields ahead for Bulleen. She's got 16 so far. 10 rebounds for Lindemans, the only other stat of note, really, to be honest, looking at that Bulleen lineup at the moment, but they still hold that 2-point lead going into the 4th quarter. You look at Camberwell, Wallace is out there with 12. Clearly a couple of those triples have been counted as twos by the scorers, but you look at the rest of it, it's really a 2-horse race out there. 15 boards for Rachel Smith, but not been able to get it done so far from the floor.
6
shooting
offensive rebounds.
1 for 8. And a very loose pass there from Mackenzie, who starts out there with Cheryl Ambers, Lindemans, Kujovic, and that's Tamburini staying out there with Leeson out of the game at the moment. And look at the starters here in the 4th for Camberwell. It's Lee out there with Wallace,
Good
Smith,
move by
Killian,
Lindemans. That's how you get a quarter started.
and Walsh the 4th. The 5th, I beg your pardon. More pressure up the floor here. Smith inside. Hasn't had much luck tonight from the field, but she'll go to the line now.
Bulleen settling for blocks way too much. Got to take that contact straight up and down. As we see Riley Killian coming off and Catherine Soletto coming back on.
Camberwell going with a very familiar outfit right there. Walsh, the only non-starter on the floor to them. If you think, 9.5 minutes left in your season, you probably want to have a think about when you want your big guns on the floor. The question remains, do you just hold back on spending your tickets for the big guys or your big players?
Yeah.
Over the course of the first half of this quarter? Smith connected on her second. That's her third point of the night. It's a 3-point lead to Bulleen with just over 9 to go.
A lot of dribbling here by Tamburini. Throws it away.
Bit of a falcon off Lee's head. They'll work the other way now, Camberwell. Inside, it's Soletto. Short corner dish. Here's Smith. A lot of traffic. Soletto over a hand. Couldn't get it to go. Tip ball.
Good rebound.
Smith tried to get it up. She'll go to the line for another 2.
Good rebounds here by Camberwell.
The foul will go on 10. That's Mackenzie. That's her second. Beg your pardon. That's Tamburini that got a judge with that one.
Bulleen are losing the rebound count by, I believe, 10 now.
Couple of quick changes here for Bulleen. See Tamburini and Mackenzie take a seat. Leeson and Ronan Black will check back in.
What a game Mackenzie has
Similarly, it'll be Walsh checking out for the start of Rumble. Smith can't get her first to go. She's 1-7 now on the night. 1-8 make it. Went in way early there, and now that'll turn over and be a Bulleen ball.
You've got to be questioning, are these players still nervous, or are they just absolutely shocked by the amount of points scored in this game? Only 57 scored.
Cheryl Ambus, Ronan Black, deep 2. Way short. Campbell will take it away. Wallace working in the backcourt with Rumble. Rumble looking. Lee with a screen from Smith. The kick-out pass with 8 in the shot clock. Floater. Can't get it to go. Lindemans will come up with it, but it'll be a tied ball. No. Refs let him play. It'll now tie up, but no, it'll be 3 seconds in the key, and it'll go a Bulleen way.
Great job by
What
Bulleen.
can you do in that situation, Jack Hall, when you're sitting on the floor in your own paint? What can you even do in that situation?
Well, after watching you when I was very young, you throw it off everybody's legs. So throw it as hard as you can at the opposition, and if it misses, it misses.
Cheryl Ambus, the 3, misses left. A rebound will go just into Lee's way. She'll push the floor herself. 3-on-3 even strength. Wallace lets another 3 fly. Can't get it to go.
Bulleen, I reckon you've got to push the tempo here for these next minute or two. Get a couple of quick scores or quick opportunities.
You'd have to argue that both teams have got their best lineups out there at the moment. Look like a bit of a hook from Ronan Black. Ref said nothing doing. Inside
There you
Kujovic.
go.
Can't get the layup, but gets the foul. That'll go against Smith.
Bulleen have to keep looking at Daniela Kujovic here. She has a bit of a mismatch.
Second foul for Smith. Kujovic will go to the line. 7:48 to go in this Youth League 1 Women's Final. Glad you're here with us, regardless of where you are around the country, around the world. Hello to our friends in Darwin watching along. I understand we've got a few eyeballs coming in from the Great North.
Yes. Good old Darwin.
Kujovic connects on 2.
Very loud pots and pans here.
It'll be a 4-point lead now that goes the way of Bulleen.
Bulleen back to this press.
Very close to a backcourt violation there for Tessa Rumble. Here's Lee. Forces a shot up overhand.
Oh, wow.
Don't quite know how she got that one to go, but it falls for her. And we'll march on now. It's a 31-29 game. Inside pass, it'll go off a Camberwell foot. 15 on the shot now for Bulleen off a baseline inbound.
Bulleen going to go back to this down screen action here for Kujovic.
Here's Kujovic. Left corner, shot fake, gets to the middle. A lot of contact from Lee, but nothing doing. Lee will control the rebound and they'll take it back the other way with Wallace now.
Great
A lot of
defense
contact
here.
against Cheryl Ambus. Lee a long way from home. Normally does her work inside the key. Here goes Rumble.
A lot of hands.
Couldn't get it to work. It just meekly trickles off the front iron and falls out of play.
Both teams settling a lot here.
A lot to play for here for both sides. Bulleen not had a senior final win of any description since 1999.
Good move by Talia Leeson.
Leeson doing her best to try and change that tonight. She increases her tally. A lot of pressure in the backcourt. It'll be a held ball.
Great
It'll
defense
go
here by
the direction of
Bulleen.
Camberwell with 1 second to get it over. And a substitution will see Jade Knight come into the game. It'll be Tessa Rumble taking a seat.
You would think players like Hannah Ronan-Black, Daniela Kujovic, and
Lot
Alexia
of
Schoenfeld
pressure.
is- Oh, wow.
Off a hand.
They really want this. After last year missing out to a loss to Wyndham, they really want this championship game here.
There's a lot of conversation from the Bulleen bench to the refs about this maybe being a backcourt violation. We'll now move to the front court with 14 on a TikTok.
Bulleen having
Camberwell
a lot of pressure.
Probably dodged a bullet there, you'd have to say.
Yes.
Wallace looking inside. Here's Smith. Smith needs a hand a long way from
Ooh.
home. 8 on the shot.
A lot of pressure here.
Feeds
Nice
inside.
pass.
Great feed, Wallace. Couldn't get it. 2-pointer, short corner, couldn't go. And Bulleen will run it back the other way. Leeson. Oh, great piece of defense there. The Camberwell player and Knight able to get a big piece of it. Breakneck pace at the moment. Soletto to the basket.
Ooh.
2 hands on, couldn't get it to fall. She'll go to the line to try and cut this Bulleen lead to 2.
Both teams looking very tired here.
Soletto's a 56% shooter on the year and can't get her first to go. A lot of noise now coming from the Bulleen side of the grandstand here at East Doncaster. Soletto misses on 2. Smith did her best to keep it alive, but it's the class of Lindemans that just wins that loose ball. And here is that aforementioned Lindemans working at Kujovic. And an offensive foul will go against Leeson for the hook. Had a great steal inside on Knight, but she'll get done for the hook underneath, and the offensive
Very
picks
physical
up her
game
second.
here.
Caitlin Bryan wants to have a chat about it with 5:33 left in the season. Bulleen currently hold a 4-point lead. It's 33, plays Camberwell's 29 with 5:33 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Take us inside the huddle here, Jack. What do you think's being said between these two coaches?
Well, for Bulleen, you've obviously got to keep their tempo nice and high. You can't keep off because this Camberwell team are ready to just pounce on it. They really want this here. Got the crowd behind them. But Bulleen here, they're going to be wanting to get through some more sets, get the ball through some more hands, get some nice quick buckets, keep feeding it to Kujovic, or get some on balls with Talia Leeson there. Whereas Camberwell, they look a bit stumbled here. But they've just got to keep going, keep doing what they do, keep doing what brought them here through the season. They just got to keep feeding the ball. What Wallace is open about every time, got to keep shooting it. Whereas their offensive rebounds, they just got to convert a lot of offensive rebounds here and a lot of missed layups. This is what's going to turn their season upside down. So Camberwell here going to focus on their rebounds, going to focus on their finishing, and Bulleen here to overall keep pushing that tempo as they have done very well.
I think at this point of the season now, you know, you're in a grand final, you've felt each other out. There's been a lot of nerves over the first 3.5 quarters. It's a low-scoring game. You've just got to go back to your bread and butter.
Yes.
You know, you look at the leading scorers for both teams over the course of the season. Camberwell's way, it was Lee, it was Smith, it was Riley Killian. You look at Bulleen and it was Talia Leeson. You've probably got to get the ball in the hands of the big units.
Yes.
And they do indeed do that as Killian goes
Wow.
inside and gets the deuce.
Nice move.
Cuts the lead to 2. It was almost like the reverse commentator's curse. Here's Ronan Black now.
Oh,
Backdoor
nice
cut,
move.
Leeson. Almost just how I drew it up. Leeson couldn't get the 2 to go though, and Wallace controls it.
Nice back up there by Leeson.
Tries to go coast to coast, but can't. Oh,
Great job by
hands.
Sharon.
Cheryl Ambus gets it to steal.
Slows it down here.
The clock is probably your friend if you're Bulleen right now. Camberwell noise lifting. Inside Kujovic, but it'll get called on the floor.
Very physical down under there.
That'll go against Soletto. Big hold inside. It's her first of the night.
Have to keep feeding her.
Bulleen will take over once again. Kujovic working through Leeson. Leeson with the tight coverage there. Steps back, pulls a 3. Great rebound from Lindemans inside. Couldn't get it to go, but it'll go off a hand, and I'm not sure where this foul's going to go. Foul will go on Kujovic. That's an enormous foul. That'll be all
her
for
fourth.
That'll be her 4th, and that'll be the 5th team foul for Bulleen, and they'll walk the length of the floor. Killian will shoot a pair to try and cut this deficit to a tie game.
Have to make these free throws here. A lot of missed free throws early on.
Brian begging the Bulleen crowd for any kind of help they can give. Killian off the left iron, can't get it to go. High stakes hoops here down the stretch, 4:24 to go. Bulleen a 2-point lead. Killian connects on 2.
1 point game, here we go.
It's a 1-point lead for Bulleen. 4 minutes 20 to go here. Thanks you for joining us for this Youth League 1 Women final. Lindemans. Here's Kujovic working with 4 fouls. Down the lane, a lot of body contact, couldn't get it to go. Killian takes it away. A lot of ball pressure up the floor. They'll try and kick it ahead. Wallace ends up in Lee's hands. It'll be Knight now. Knight, long 2, tried to get it off the backboard, couldn't get it, reached in. A lot of body contact, but that foul will go on Camberwell's number 20. That'll be their 2nd team foul, and Knight will pick up her 1st on the night. Pardon the pun.
Bulleen need a score here if they really want to contend for it.
It's been a tale of 4 quarters here tonight. Bulleen came out hot at the start through Leeson's hot hand. It was Camberwell that cut that lead and actually went in ahead at the main change. Leeson, an enormous push-off. She wants to have a bit of chat with it with the ref. But it'll go the length of the floor. 3rd foul on Leeson.
Yeah, 3rd.
Like I was saying, it's definitely been the tale of 4 quarters tonight.
Yes.
Camberwell definitely looked the better in the 2nd, but it's definitely been Bulleen who have had, you know, the ascendancy through the 1st and 3rd quarters, carrying that 4-point lead into the final change.
Yes.
The 2-point lead, I beg your pardon, which is now at 1, but Knight misses her 1st.
This Bulleen crowd is very loud here.
Crowd lifting on both sides. Knight goes and makes the 2nd. And it's a tie game, 3.5 to go. Cheryl Ambus working here. She'll try and slow it down, get a good set out. Screen from Kujovic. Didn't really hit anyone with it though. Cheryl Ambus, now Lindemans, working off her right hand. Uses the armbar for a bit of space.
Nice move.
Sinks it from just inside the foul line. Wallace will work with it. Here's Knight. Knight with great minutes, but unfortunately just
poor
throws that one away
turnover.
lazily.
You cannot afford to do that here in his last 3 minutes.
Important change now for Camberwell. They'll take out Killian and Knight by the looks of it. They'll bring back in Rumble and Smith, their two starters. And that's a really important note, is that they were able to get that break into their starters and get some fresh legs here. 3 minutes to go.
Feel like
How can you
Campbell's
close out in the death here?
Campbell's very much on the upper hand here, having a bit more rest for their starters.
Leeson now downhill. Smith gets
Never
a piece,
ring.
but the
Oh.
ref says yes.
Both teams going at it there. Looked a bit like all ball, but ref says no.
Third personal to Smith, which is also important.
Very.
A lot of importance in this last 3 minutes, who'd have thought. Leeson will go to the line.
As she misses.
Misses badly to the left.
Some say ball doesn't lie.
Over the years, it's been found, scientific research, that ball rarely does lie. Here's Leeson now. Can't get the second either, but a big-time rebound effort by Kujovic. Falls off her hand and into Wallace's awaiting mitts. 2-point lead, Bulleen. Wallace long two. In and out. Rebound inside. That was Soletto. Got cleaned up on the block. And Ronan Black, great clutch effort to dive on that ball and come away with it.
It's a nice rebound there.
Ball
for
in
Bulleen.
Leeson's hand once again. Leeson down the lane. Right hand floater off the side of the backboard. Couldn't get it to go. Camberwell taking away now. Soletto now. Working with Wallace, and now Smith out of the high post with the mismatch. Smith inside off the left hand. A lot of body contact. Ronan Black will pick up another personal. Smith will go to the line once again.
Great move there by Smith to be able to get a front foot just around Ronan Black to be able to get a nice shot off. Ronan Black offering a little bit too much body contact there.
Probably not the worst foul in the world if you're a Bulleen fan. 1 of 8 tonight from the line is Rachel Smith. Misses the lot on her first.
The air balls. Someone closed the front door.
Smith missed a lot on one in a 2-point game. Connects on her second though. It's a 1-point ball game as we tick inside 2 minutes to go. The ball's in Leeson's hands. It has to be in Leeson's hands here. She's working really hard on Lee. Beg your pardon, that's Rumble she's working on. Kicks it out to Kujovic.
Nice
Smith
move.
jumps. Inside,
And good to
Kujovic
go.
gets it to go. 3-point lead, Bulleen.
You're Leeson here, you've got to get hands off. Cannot afford a fourth.
It'll be Rumble working, but it'll be a carry. And a change will be Killian coming back into the game. And Soletto will take a seat. 1 minute and 32 left in the game. It is absolutely winning time now for both teams. 3-point lead to Bulleen. Crowd lifting for the home side. Here's Lindemans working one-on-one against Killian. Lost her balance and turned it over to Lee. A lot of backcourt pressure here for Camberwell to deal with. Lee working, needs someone to present for her. It'll be Killian, back to Lee. Over the front of the ring, back iron, can't get it to go. Killian dived in recklessly to try and get it. It'll be a held ball that'll, I believe, go in the direction of Bulleen, and yes, indeed, will be going to the left of your screen. 1 minute and 1 second left.
If you're Lindemans there, you cannot be going for that steal.
You'd think that one score here for Bulleen just about puts it to bed. As
Very
we tick
much.
under 1 minute.
Very much.
Crowd lifting again. Cheryl Ambus working. They want it in Leeson's hands. She'll set the screen. A lot of ball
Lane.
pressure. Backdoor cut Leeson. Turns it over to
turnover.
Smith. Here's Wallace.
The last 40 seconds.
Wallace on Cheryl Ambus. To Lee now. Floater, right edge of the key, can't get it to go.
Big rebound.
Kujovic controls. 30 seconds left.
And you would think Bulleen would get the ball into Leeson's hands.
Any foul will go to the foul line now for either team. Ronan Black with a lot of hand pressure, but it'll be Rumble wrapping her up with 22 left on the clock. The captain is going to have to go to the line to shoot probably the biggest 2 free throws she'll shoot.
For Bulleen, you got your best free throw shooter on the floor right now. Although Tamborini is at 93%, Ronan Black currently shoots 66%. Best out of this bunch here.
Ronan Black to stretch it to 4. Connects. A 4-point lead now for Bulleen with 22 seconds left. Can't get the second. Ball rolling around, it'll be a held ball underneath. 3 seconds came off the clock. So it'll be 19.5 left. A 4-point deficit for Camberwell to try and overcome. Bulleen have looked the better team all night.
Yes.
Can they just get one stop to put this one to bed?
One stop here really seals the championship. And if you're Camberwell, you either want a really quick 2 and press, or you get a nice 3 and then still press. But if I'm Danny Fidge, I would most definitely go for that 2, and then I'd get all of my players denying everything. No one jump on the ball. Someone just floating around.
Do you think about burning a foul here if you're Bulleen? Obviously, we know with the rules the way they are, if you foul before the inbound, it's an automatic unsportsmanlike. You go to the line and you get possession. But if you're thinking you've got 19 seconds left, you've just got to close out. One more stop gets you home. Do you maybe burn a quick foul? Send them to the line. See if you can win the ball back and see what happens.
It's a bit of a... If they advance the ball, which I believe they are, you wouldn't mind a foul here if you're Bulleen, but you would theoretically ideal just either a nice trap in the corner or just a lot of ball pressure.
So you would have to think that this ball is going to end up in Wallace's hands. She's been shooting the lights out from the perimeter tonight, even if they've been long 2s.
Bulleen in a 2-3 zone here.
You've got to be brave here if you're Camberwell.
Switching
17
everything.
on the clock, 11 on the shot. Here's Lee inside.
A lot of
steps.
Turnover. Lindeman's going the other way.
Sportsmanlike foul will go against. That'll be Walsh. And you would think that puts it to bed. Any score here off this free throw would just about seal this for Bulleen, especially considering they come up with possession after this free throw.
This is huge. What a steal by Lindemann. Closes out the game just about.
Can't get the first.
Ooh, nerves getting the best. 56% from the line. Can she knock down one?
Gets the second. 5-point game, 10 seconds left. And a timeout to Bulleen. They'll have a look and see what they can do out of this. Just to get the ball in, draw the foul, get your best shooter on the line. You want your best 5 free throw shooters just to ice this one out.
That's all you need if you're Bulleen. Get a nice, easy inbound, and you do not want to dribble and pick it up. That's the last thing you want. Campbell here, probably going to look for an early foul, maybe, or a nice intercept. They're going to have no one playing on the ball, most likely.
I suppose with 10 seconds left, it's probably worth the question, who do you have for your MVP tonight?
My MVP tonight, the obvious one, I would say Talia Leeson, but Kira Lindemans has played a phenomenal game. Look, she's come up at the big moments, but ultimately I would definitely say Talia Leeson here. She's provided scores when no one else has been able to. She did have 16 of the first 16. She's come out here in the second half, not only scoring maybe 2 or 4 in this quarter, but she has really uplifted this tempo here.
Look at Lindemann's line. It was an underrated call, but 10 and 12 with 4 blocks on the night.
It's humongous there. That 4 blocks, if she doesn't get 4 blocks, that's almost 8 points there, and then they're down.
Leeson 18 as well. You'd think that it's a field of 2 at the moment for the MVP on the night. assuming that Bulleen can just close this one out in the last 10 seconds. Camberwell have to be brave defensively. Got to come up with a piece of this ball. Oh, they almost turn it over, but Ronan Black gets a piece of it. Ronan Black's just got to run this clock around. They can't get a foul away. And Bulleen are going to secure their first senior title since 1999. There are 2 seconds left, and Ronan Black will have to go to the line to shoot another pair, but it's all but a formality now. The third foul will go on Rumble, but it's all but done now.
First championship in this 21st century here for Bulleen.
A historic club, a fabled club, one which has been at the forefront of junior programs, of state representatives, of state coaches. You know, you look at the great products that have come out of here, you think of, well, she misses a lot, but you look at the Potters, you look at all the great players that have come out of the Bulleen program over the years. There'll be 1 second left on the clock. It'll be an inbound pass, and that'll do it. Bulleen are your 2023 Youth League 1 Women champions.
What a game we have had here, Bulleen, celebrating like no other. You cannot feel nothing but sorry here for Camberwell. Beating down Eltham last week, the undefeated Eltham team. To get here is astonishing by no means. As you see, Bulleen going here to consult Camberwell. What a game, what a year.
And for the first time, as we mentioned, since 1999, Bulleen have won a BigV or State League title. It's Bulleen who run out a 6-point winner. It's Bulleen 40. It's Camberwell 34. For Jack Houle, I'm Jack Thornton. It's been a pleasure having you with us tonight.
Thank you for tuning in.
Goodbye.